Just getting some more coffee, guys. I will be back in a second. Don't go nowhere. Hello. How are y'all doing today? Good. We are just getting everything set up for the stream today. Lots of stuff to look at, like that, like me, like that, like that. And I don't know what this one does. Oh, that's that one. Oh, okay. And then there's that. That's the, hey, don't go nowhere. But we're not doing that right now. Okay. So how's everybody doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is warm. I just realized I need to turn the air on. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that one thing I just found. Boom. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's go turn on the air. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It was almost 90 degrees in here just now. That is warm because it's even warmer outside. So much stuff to talk to you guys about today. And also answering any questions you guys may have about anything. So make that a thing. If you do have any questions, leave them in the chat. And we will get going here. So since we're, nope, damn it. Okay, since we're here, we are at 20% of our goal. We have 24 days left, I think. Yeah, that should be about right. So we extended it, and we are continuing our fundraising effort to get Seasons of the Muse up and going. And normally, I would only be doing one kind of fundraising thing at a time, but that's not how life works. And when opportunity knocks, you have to make sure that all the doors are unlocked and open, and so are the windows, because that is how we do stuff here. So we're going to be talking about Black Star. We might talk a little more Seasons of the Muse. And so let's just get into that. For those of you who know Black Star and were a reader of it back in the day, it is changing a little bit. And if you look at this, what I basically did with this script, oh, and then I still have the Eyeball Tongue Cat book cover there. So that's the novel I'm working on right now. We'll come back to that later. But yeah, so this is the script. What I did was, and I've already gotten kind of chewed out by some more, what do you call it? Angry formatting OCD people. I took parts of the book and just threw those sections in as the action. And like, I know you're not supposed to do that, for a script, but for giving it to people to see if they want to be a producer on it, if they want to invest in it, but also for the actors, giving them something, some background. Because if I don't do this, if I don't give them all of this, and yeah, so like right there, I could have put a space there to make that episode 3 a little more, what do you call it? Yeah, you see what I'm saying. Anyway, but I wanted the actors to be able to have as much background on the characters as they could, because if they don't, then they're going to end up hitting me up and saying, oh, what's my motivation? What's this? What's that? So this is just like a much easier way for them to understand a little more of the characters and the world without saying, oh yeah, here's the script, but also I need you to read this novel. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it works better. But I know that there were a couple people who were like, oh, the formatting's driving me crazy. I can't figure any of this out. And it's like, I really don't think it's that hard. It's just reading one line after another. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. But anyway, so yeah, so this is the season 1 script for the Black Star film series thing. And if any of you guys are interested in reading it and you want it, just drop me an email and I will send it your way. And especially if you want to work on it, like if you're like, oh yeah, like I would love to like help out or blah blah blah. I'm in the LA area, or I can be for this, anything like that. Drop me a line and we'll see. And then also, if there's any of you who are aspiring actors or actresses, and or even established, let's be real, and you are interested in this, please, oh please, oh please, let me know. That would be awesome. I want to brag about somebody we got for the show already. There's basically 4 parts that are pretty much cast already. But I do have a producer, casting director person working on a lot of this right now. So I'm supposed to be getting headshots and stuff tonight. And then once we okay those, we'll be getting some video auditions. But yeah, so let's go all the way back up to the top. Don't stare at the screen too hard or else you will go blind. And there we go. So that's that. Boom. Let's see. Mindy, hello. How are you doing? Oh no. My stream is already getting shit. Well, that's what happens when you stream on a Sunday. I really got to figure out a better way of doing this, because for those of you who don't know, Sundays in Joshua Tree are, especially around now, everyone's getting ready to leave right now. So everyone's getting on the cell towers right now, putting in their maps, like how to get home, and also like where to go to get breakfast before they leave, and all this other stuff, and uploading their reels, because basically anyone who comes out to Joshua Tree for the weekend is usually from LA, and they're usually an influencer of some kind, and so they need to influence people however one does that. So with that said, the internet connection on Sundays is usually a little choppy. So I might have to start doing my Sunday streams at a later time, because this is stupid. This is kind of a coaching mentorship call thing. And then I have a meeting with another filmmaker type Oh no. Oh no. I feel like we're frozen here. Oh my gosh, a cottontail rabbit. Let's see. Let's see if we could fix this just by me doing what I do. Links for all this stuff will be down below. Okay, this looks like it's fine on my end. I think the problem is with Chrome. Yes, and now we are losing people. Let me see. What can I do here to fix this a bit? But Mindy, how's school going? You're back now, right? How's that happening? How's that going for you? This needs to be fixed, and I'm not exactly 100% sure how to do it. I honestly think I'm just going to have to come up with a better time to stream. Because if I were to stream on Sundays, like around 5, there wouldn't be anybody here. The population of the town would drop by like 80%. So I'd probably be able to do a little bit more. We'll put that on the back burner. That might be something we go ahead and start doing in next week. Okay, now it's a little better than it was, so hopefully it's okay. Yep, back to work. It's going good. Yay. That's so good. Oh no, I'm frozen again, I think. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is going to cause some shit. How are we going to fix this problem? Let me see here. I don't think there is a way to fix it. Other than I might have to try to come back a little bit later today. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry for the connection out here, but I think I'm going to have to maybe do this again in a couple hours. You can still hear me. Okay, well, that's good. And Deb, hello. Guys, I just want you to know, Deb's been tanning, so watch out. You guys got to get that sun when you could get that sun, because before you know it, we'll just call it the snow. The snow will be everywhere, and you won't be able to get a good tan. You can get burned, but who wants to be wearing a little suit in the snow? It gets chilly. Good Lord, this is crazy, all of this stuff we're talking about here. Okay. I think we are... Okay, we'll keep this going until it messes up again. If it messes up again, we'll like bring it down a little bit, and we'll just start again at like, I don't know, 4 or 5, depending. Man, this is really upsetting. Anyhow, my brain's in 100 different places trying to figure out ways to make this work better. But yeah, so basically all I've been doing this week is trying to get Black Star up and running, and I really want to brag. I really want to brag about some people, but I kind of want to wait until the ink dries. You know what I'm saying? But there is going to, if you're a member, I'll talk about it on the member stream on Monday. But if not, we'll definitely talk about it on here next week. Oh, and then Matthew Buckley Smith, I recorded 3 hours with him for the Bukowski podcast. And we were talking about mathematics and the breadth of the way a little bit. Like, because whenever you talk about anything with Bucks, it immediately turns into a million different things because we just talk about all sorts of stuff. But we talk about everything from the most successful poets of the last 100 years to dating as a poet to what else did we talked about so much stuff. It was a good talk. So I think I'm going to get a few episodes out of that, so that'll be good. That is going to take quite some time. But that was really good. Oh my gosh, that scared me. It's gonna be really good. Black Star. Oh, but here's some other just normal stuff. So I've been watching Severance. Like, that's a new thing. And I got through the first season and started the first episode of the second season before the internet was just like, no, you're done. You've watched enough TV. There's a lot of people out here this weekend. And so, yeah. But Severance, I really dig the color palette and the retro kind of stuff, like in The Office. I dig it so much. And it's crazy that, like, Ben Stiller put that together. It's a pretty good show. I really dig it. Christopher Walken's awesome in it. But yeah, that's been a really fun watch. Oh, I watched Nosferatu, the movie with the one that just came out a little while ago. That was cool. I haven't really watched a lot of movies lately. I didn't love the changes they made, but I understand making those changes made the film a little different and worth watching. So I get it. I also really dug how black and white, just using a lot of different shades of blue, made the movie look. So I did dig that too. Yeah, I don't know if you guys liked it or not. I'm on the fence on if I liked it, but I did appreciate it. So there's that. And then we finished the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks, and that caused a lot of debate and stuff like that. So that was kind of fun. It's really interesting to hear about, like, different generations of people and how they respond to things that were big deals. It's interesting in hearing about, like, a new set of eyes without the preconceived things, if that makes any sense. So that was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. And there's probably a lot more to talk about with that. And then I just realized too, I had completely forgotten about this until we were watching the last episode, but I don't remember how many episodes of it I did, but I had a Twin Peaks podcast for a hot minute. It was called the Wow Bob Wow Cast. If anything, I'm really good at naming stuff to where no one would ever be able to search it and find it. But, so that was kind of fun. And then that got me going down the road of all the different podcasts I've done over the years. I've started a lot of podcasts that only did like 4 or 5 episodes. I don't even think that many. Let's be real. But anyway. So that has been pretty cool. And I have been reading um, the the Secret History of Twin Peaks again. I read it when it came out, and I think when it came out, the return hadn't happened yet. So I haven't read it or gone through it since um, seeing the return. The many podcasts. Dude, that is so funny. That should seriously be a podcast if that's not a podcast already. It's just a podcast where people talk about all the podcasts that they want to start and what they would do, and maybe like only have like an episode or two worth of material for. That would be hysterical. I'm always down for starting podcasts. So if any of you guys ever wanted to start a podcast with me, just tell me. Because, like, we could vamp for hours. I'm really good at vamping. As you can see, I'm just sitting here talking. We are how many minutes in? 22 minutes in. And the only thing I could think about is how awful the connection is. And I'm still running the liquor. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. Give me a hell yeah. Oh, but yeah, if you are just getting here, go back to the beginning of this and just watch it in 2 speed, and you can see me going through the script and all that other stuff. And talking a little bit about that, and also doing things like this, showing you where we are for the Seasons of the Muse, the script a little bit. Let's just do another little jam through of this. Look at all that. You know, I added a lot of the things. Oh, yeah, and I haven't taken all the books down yet, but I am going to be doing that this week because I'm really looking forward to revising and kind of punching up some of the parts of the book that, not that I feel are weak, but we talked about it before. As the books go, the narration style changes, and I don't love that I did that. But again, I was writing these at such a breakneck speed that I completely didn't even like realize it because I never really read back a lot of the stuff. The way I was writing this is like I would write like 150 pages for a book every week and put the book out. And I did that for, 25 weeks? 30 weeks. Because then we would do the collected seasons and stuff like that too. And then plus the other stuff like the Welcome to Black Star Canyon tour guide and the Secret Society of Black Stars stuff. So there was like 32... Totally. Get on that before those get filled up. Yeah, read that script. Yeah. And then, I don't know, like, if I've talked to you about my lizard friend, but I have a lizard friend outside. And my lizard friend likes to come and hang out with me and watch me and stare at me. But then if I move, oh, wait, wrong thing. If I move, he gets all freaked out and then runs and hides behind this, like, cushion thing, but then pokes his head out to watch me. And this morning when I went out there, he was on the cushion, then he got down on the ground, went under the cushion, came back up, crawled up on top of it, was watching me again, then ran over and crawled up the wall, and then was like halfway up the wall, just like looking at me, and then jumped off the wall. It's stupid, actually. But, huh?
No, I just overheard that and I went outside and the lizard was like out bathing and then went right hit for me.
Is he behind the thing with his head
right
up?
behind the thing.
Yeah.
He's less tolerance for me.
But he's always there, like every day, like without fail. I think he lives in the cushion thing right there. But he comes out and hangs out, and then, like a fool, I killed a fire ant and tried to give it to him, and he freaked out. But then I just put it like where he normally sits, and it was there for a couple hours, and then it wasn't there anymore. So I don't know if he came out and ate it. I love lizard friends, and for those of you who were there that day, there was a tortoise outside, a big one. There was a little one, probably about like this big. Yeah, it was probably about like that. The day before yesterday, and I was just cruising around, and I went up and I was like taking pictures of it, and I was trying to give it some celery and all this stuff. It's so funny. Every time I tried to feed an animal, like they're totally not interested unless it's the cottontail. The cottontail will come up and eat whatever I put out. But like all the other animals, like, and you're not supposed to feed the animals. I get it. It sets a bad precedent. I understand this. But the turtle, the little baby turtle, just started coming at me, and I'm like, oh, he seems a bit aggressive all of a sudden, and he should be. Like, you never know who's gonna come up and try to get you. Oh, there's a little cottontail. But the jackrabbits out here are fucking huge. They're so big. They look like little kangaroos. They're like bigger than small dogs. It's crazy. They're bigger than cats. But touch wood, there haven't been any snakes around. And now that I said that, I'm sure a snake's going to come out here pretty soon. But the jackrabbits are hysterical because you don't see them right away for whatever reason. I don't know what kind of cloaking mechanism they have, but then you startle them, and so they jump like crazy and start taking off, and then you get the shit scared out of you because this fucking creature just like flew out of a bush or like in like just plain sight. But then it stops and looks at you, and it's like, what are you doing here? Why are you trying to fucking startle me? And I know that this is their land before it is my land. But I also don't like the condescension I get from jackrabbits, where it's like, I feel like they're looking at me and they're like, bitch, you don't belong here. Get the fuck out of here. This is my house. And it's like, well, no, I actually am in this house. Like, this is my house, but out here, I guess, is your house. So, I don't know. There's some shit with that. And then the only other weird wildlife thing that has happened lately, there are lights on the patio, like little twinkly lights that go around. And like when I'm out there, when we're out there, like we have them on or whatever. And then when it's time to go to bed, we turn them off, or usually I go out and turn them off. But the other night, there were so many, like just like bugs flying around, that the bats were loving it, and they kept circling through the patio. And that gets kind of scary because like bats fly erratically, and it's kind of a low covered patio, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just trying to catch shit. And a lot of times, like, it's only happened maybe 2 other times where I was sitting at the table outside and bats were like swooping in front of my face or right by the side of my head or whatever. And you don't want to move too quickly because like you don't want to like have them crash into you, because they will fucking crash into you. So they like you try to get up, and then you see them coming in again, and then you're like just like trying to like stay frozen until they go, right? So the other night there were like 2 of them, and they just kept like circling in the patio, and all I wanted to do was go outside and turn out the light. And I was standing there for like 10 minutes going, can I? And I would like open the door a little bit, and they would come back, and I'd shut the door, because the last thing I want is them coming in the house. Like, I don't know if you remember when I lived in the desert before, but there were a couple times when like bats would be flying around and they would crash into the side of the place, or like crash into a chair and like get kind of knocked stupid, and you don't know if they're dead or what. And then you go to try to check on them, and then they like get up and like try to fly, and you're like, oh my God. But yeah, bats are kind of crazy. bats, red-tailed hawks, owls, rabbits, and deer. Yeah. Um, the owls are not what they seem. We all know that. I haven't seen many deer. Coyotes have been crazy. Oh, and then the other night they caught something right under my bedroom window at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if you know like what happens when coyotes find something, but they just start screaming and yelling and howling and yipping. And when there's like 8 to 10 of them, and they're all doing that, and then they start barking at each other because like they're getting too, I don't know, whatever. It's just kind of crazy. And then the other day, it was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Like I heard it, and I'm like, they are very close. And I opened the window and like looked through the blinds, and there was like 15 of them, like probably like 5 feet from the window, and they're just looking at me. And they know I'm inside, and so because normally if you're outside and they see you, if they're in a big pack, they're not as like running away. But if you just see a couple, they'll take off when they see you. But because they were like in the hunt and all that stuff, I opened the window and they just looked at me, and they're just like, just fucking stay inside, dude. Like these animals, they talk to me like I'm a fucking piece of shit or something, you know? We have the red-tailed hawks here too. I haven't really seen much deer. I know they're here because if you start going up that way, you'll see some. And you know what else is weird? If you go up that way, not only do you have like deer and stuff, but there's like mules, like wild mules, just like fucking wandering around. And you'll always see like people like pull off to the side of the road to hand them carrots, and they'll just like eat out of your hand and stuff. But that was one thing I never thought I would like just see wild out here. Mules. They're not horses and they're not donkeys. They're mules. I guess they still make wild mules somewhere. That's interesting. Okay, you know what we're going to do? Just because we can, we're going to pull a card. We are going to pull a card to see what we're going to do this week, guys. What is our creative card for this week? Let's plan this and we'll talk about it. And then some of you will be annoyed by it. As what happens most of the time, I do almost anything. But this is going to be a good week, guys. We are going to close some deals. We're going to be moving things forward. We are going to start putting locks down on locations and sending out contracts. This is a big week. I don't know if you guys realize that. But for Black Star, this is a big week. And hopefully this will also be a big week for Seasons of the Muse. I'd like to knock that out this week too. That would be fantastic. What a good week that'll be. Gosh, guys. We are just killing it this week. And what are your guys' plans for the week, creatively speaking? What are you guys looking to do this week? Let me know in the comments over there. And we're going to think about it. We are going to think about it. Things have been quite strange, guys, as far as spiritually speaking. There have been a lot of things that have been happening over the course of the last few weeks that would make someone wonder, like, oh, all of these coincidences are quite interesting. Oh, shit. But coincidences, I don't think, are what we're talking about here. Like, I don't think we need to look at coincidences like, oh, that's interesting. I think we need to look at coincidences as a sign to move forward. Like, this is where we're supposed to be going. This is what we're supposed to be doing. I don't know if you guys are into dreams very much, but the deja vu level I've been having the last week and a half, 2 weeks, has been crazy. Like almost every day, like I'm like, I dreamt that. I dreamt this. This thing that's happening right now, I dreamt this thing. It's like happening more frequently than anything. And when that happens, at least the way I look at it, is that that means you're on the right track. Like you're doing the right thing. Like it's like a little attaboy from the universe or from the back of your head telling you that that is the way to go. So when those things happen, guys, like pay attention to that and give yourself like a little pat on the back. You're doing the right thing. You're going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's really interesting and cool. Okay, so we got the cards here. We're doing the thing. And if you guys want to book readings with me, let me know. We can do that too. Because a lot of times my readings turn into coaching calls anyway, mentorship calls. So, and vice versa. I had a mentorship call last week that turned into a reading. That was really cool. That was really, really interesting. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're doing that. Oh my gosh. That's going to be really fun. I'm doing a kind of like a past life, and I never know how I feel about past life stuff. That's always like, I think it's one of those things where I don't understand it, so I can't discount it, but I also don't know how to put myself into it, you know? Because like I believe there's like energies and stuff that draw certain people together, and if a lot of that drawing comes from past interactions, that makes sense to me, but like I don't know what that means necessarily. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to be doing that a little bit later today. So creatively this week, our creative career. Our creative career. And if any of you in the chat want me to do like a quick little like 3-card read on you guys, let me know. Because we could do that too. That'd be fun. Okay, so creative career things for this week. All right, creative career. What is going on with our stuff this week? All right, and what do we have here? Oh, this is fantastic. All right. So this week we have the Chariot. The Chariot is awesome because the Chariot is someone who not only can stand guard and do the thing, but the Chariot is also someone who has gone through battle and has come back victorious, come back to the walled city that he fights for and protects. He's not smug, but hey, I did a good job. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my hair. Like, I did good. Feeling good. And the little sphinxes that are pulling the Chariot are complete opposites, but the same thing. And they're arrested. They're like, yeah, we just did this. We are victorious. We kicked ass, took names, and then came home, and we're going to have, I don't know, maybe a cheeseburger and a drink. We're going to hang out. We're going to be feeling good. Everyone's happy with me. Huh. Look at that. I'm so excited right now. This is really good, guys. This means the things that we're going to be doing this week, they might feel like a bit of a struggle, but we will be victorious, guys. So this week, get in on that. If there was something you were going to do this week, because this is for all of us, I was doing it for all of us here in the thing right now. If there was something you were going to do, and since we were focusing creatively, if there was something you were going to do creatively for your career, for your creative business this week, do it. Don't hold back on that, because that is a very promising card. So I like that a bunch, man. So with that said, hey, go over to Seasons of the Muse, links down below. And if you were interested in Black Star Canyon or Black Star the series, and you want the script and you want to take a look at it and see what kind of role you could play in either the actual show or the production, drop me an email. I hate mattwall@gmail.com, and I will send you the script and we can talk turkey. Whew, man, I feel good now. That was a good, nope, there we go. That was a good reading. That was a good card to pull right there. I feel good. So yeah, so you guys let me know what you guys are thinking and how you guys are doing. The stream's all fucked up again. That's okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But with that said, I'm probably going to start wrapping this up unless you guys have any other questions. If you do, go ahead and ask. I am going to come into here real quick. Oh, now we're at excellent condition. That's great. Thank you so much. Here we are. Let me know if you guys have any questions that you would like answered, or if you want me to pull a card for you. Specifically about something, if you feel comfortable talking about it in the chat. But also, if you guys want to like book a reading and do like a big 10-card reading with some follow-up questions and stuff like that, we can do some fun stuff for you. If you'd like to. Yeah. Have you scouted any locations for Black Star? Don't need specifics. That is a fantastic question. Yes. There's a studio right outside of LA that has like a back lot and a police station with like offices and interrogation room, jail cells, all that stuff that I shot at like 10 years ago. And they also have this really awesome hospital set that has like a morgue and stuff in it that I really like. I love the colors of it. And I'm so glad they didn't change the colors of it and like give it like a new modern feel, because that would be awful. They had a really good like house, like living room kind of set that had this super old-timey feel that I loved. But they revamped it and turned it into like a modern studio apartment, which is stupid because everyone in LA has a studio apartment and they would let you shoot at. So taking something that looked like, I don't know, like a cool, I don't know how else to describe it, but it bummed me out when I saw that they changed that. So we're gonna spend a day there, and they have a cool back lot that has like not an old timey, but like a super Americana Main Street USA kind of thing, and it's not full scale, so it's also kind of cool because like you walk on the street with all these shops and stuff, and everything's really kind of tiny, like the building facades look a bit smaller. And I don't know if it is probably kind of cool. But I don't know. But they also have a rain machine there now, which is kind of a new thing for them. So being able to shoot, because at the end of this first season script, there's rain. There's a storm that comes and all this fucked up shit happens during the storm. That's going to come into play a couple times throughout as we go. Let's see. That sounds really cool. I remember when they used to have this super old hospital a few shows in the 90s tried to use for a set, and I never saw it again. There, I don't know if it's still there, but I've shot there a couple times, but like tons of things have shot there. Oh my God, something Linda Hospital. Shit, I can't remember the name of it. Did an episode of like Ghost Adventures there with Zach Bagans. I think they did an episode of Ghost Hunters there. But like I shot music videos there. There was a horror movie I shot there. Tons of horror movies have been shot there. But I think there was an episode of the X Files they filmed there. Oh, what's it fucking called? Something Linda. You guys could probably Google it and find out in 2 seconds. But it was an old mental hospital that they closed down, and then they kind of just left everything in there. Sack Bagels, yeah, for sure. I just remember him talking about his love for house music, and I just died. I'm like, you are cracking me up, sir. But I'm trying to remember, what is the name of the place? I don't know. It's probably still there. I just don't know. I haven't tried to shoot in a scary abandoned hospital in a really long time. But the other thing about it is that they left everything there, and then every time there is a shoot there, they leave all their shit there too. Not all their shit, but there's a lot of props that end up left behind. So like you'll find files, and some of the files are like from like 50 years ago or 80 years ago, but then some of them might be from a shoot that was just there like last week. But because like their like prop people were so good and their set designers were so good, like everything looks antiqued, so you don't know like what has actually been there forever and what was from like a set. But yeah, that place was awesome. Like they had a chapel in there. So there was like this cool little church area. They had like a dental place in there. And then in the basement, like I don't know if you're supposed to shoot in there, but every time I've been in there, I shot in the basement. And there's like probably like 4 or 5 inches of stagnant water down there. And like the dust is so disgusting and gross and the mildew, but it looks great. And like water's like dripping the whole time, and like it's just one of those. It's gross, and like everyone who goes down there probably ends up getting sick, but it looks great. The cold case must go wild. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. My kid actually was in a music video down there for this like pop artist. And she was like this little kid ghost that was running around in a nightgown with a teddy bear, like going through all the places while um, the artist and his dancers were like singing. It was kind of funny. It was cool. God, what was the name of that song? I wonder if my kid knows where that video is. I haven't seen that video in years. Anyway, oh, that's so much fun. But yeah, so like the studio we're gonna be shooting at, it is kind of pricey, but it has a lot of stuff that we need, and if we could get it all done in a day there, that would be cool. And then there's gonna be some exteriors, so I need to get a more likely than not, I'm going to get an Airbnb that's on a pretty decent acreage, like either out in like Sun Valley area, like around the area where they shot like Sons of Anarchy and shit like that, or go up to like Big Bear, Crestline, Arrowhead area and do a day there. And we could probably knock out all of the houses, like interiors, if the house looks cool and is big enough. And then we have a day of like doing like apartment stuff. So like Dakota's shack and Lucas's apartment. and probably the Kensington interiors will probably be one day. And then there's a day at a hardware store and a motel. And there is a motel I shot a whole movie at years ago in Burbank. And they were pretty cool. I wonder if I could get back into that place. I don't know. But yeah. So those are kind of the ideas. I want to stay as close to LA as I can because most of the cast and crew are going to be from LA. So as long as they don't have to drive like 30 miles out, you don't have to pay like trans and per diem and shit like that. So that would be kind of cool. But if we do a Big Bear thing, I would have to pay probably a little extra for travel. And then if the place is big enough, we could do a overnight thing and just put everybody up in some of the rooms. Now that I think about it, there is one house in Big Bear that is fucking huge that wouldn't necessarily be perfect for Jonathan, but would be fucking epic for Eugene and Morgan. Oh, that would be a great idea. Shit. So that's season 2. That would be the shoot that's in December, but it's going to be snowing. Shit. Yeah, we might have to just stay in the Sun Valley area. The La Cañada, Flint Ridge areas. Agua Dulce. Ooh, there's some cool places in Agua Dulce I could probably get. Wow, thanks for throwing that question out there because you got my brain going and I started thinking of things I haven't thought about in a long time. That works. Excellent, guys. That was a really good talk. And the chariot, for fuck's sake. Whew. All right. So this week I will also pull those books down and start working on a lot of the teaser stuff, like the teaser footage and the teaser banner ads and stuff like that. That will hopefully wet everyone's whistle, especially people who were fans of the series. And the other thing, if you were a reader of the series when the series was coming out, you might remember and we talked about it before, the Secret Society of Black Stars stuff, the gamification of like reading it and like being a part of the community and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that same thing for viewing. And I think I figured it out. But that will be quite interesting if I can make that happen. Because that was a lot of fun. That really, as soon as you gamify something, like everybody gets excited. Well, the people who get geeked out by gamifying something get excited. Giving people badges for certain things, and then they get to become certain characters and stuff like that. And like the whole idea is to become the mayor of Black Star by doing all of these things. That was a lot of fun. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do all that shit for this way of doing it. But yeah, things are going really well. If you want to be a part of it, drop me a line. I hate Matt Wall at gmail.com and and I'll send this over to you and you can read it, look at it, and we can talk shop. Okay. So let's see here. Where are we at? All right, cool. So I'm going to wrap this up. I have a, nope, there we go. igg.me/@/Seasons of the Muse if you want to contribute to the campaign, which is something we all need. That's where we're at right now, and we're trying to get a little bit more there. But if you want to book a mentorship call with me or a coaching call or even some tarot readings or something like that, drop me a line too. Let me know, and we can get you in the schedule. And if you want to do that kind of 3-month thing where I take you through putting a project together that you're working on, that's like kind of like a more intensive like boot camp. It's just like the way I do things, but also the way I do things with me focusing on how you do things and trying to figure out a way to help you get from point A to point B. Drop me a line too. I'm only going to do 5 people. I don't think I can do more than 5 people like that. And I have 2 people like locked in on that so far. So if you want to do that too, let me know, and just drop me a line. I'm easy to chat to. I'm very chatty, guys. Okay. So the chariot says to do everything that you were going to do and do it hard, because you will be victorious. And that's awesome. And I will talk to members tomorrow and hopefully get some videos up this week for you guys, okay? So have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye, everybody. Let's see here. We'll do it this way. Yes. Here we go. We'll go like this.